Holla holla dollar bill, welcome back for another audio lesson. As always, this is best received using earphones, so shove those filthy future candles in deep and listen up. This will be your most challenging lecture as you are situated at the firehouse. American fire stations have evolved over the years into becoming part community center, business office, mini restaurant, commercial gym, and fart-infested college dormitory. You would be surprised how many grown-ass men cannot do their own laundry or cook for themselves. Listen now and focus on your physical agility with Captain Dave.
Hey, welcome to Week 7. Physical abilities. In this lesson, you'll learn about the physical demands of the job and how employers filter for the most able. You'll also be introduced to a trend that's gaining traction for becoming a hero at some of the best agencies in the land. Why it's important? As a reminder, fire agencies must guarantee fitness for duty before releasing you to 911 incidents. When hiring qualified applicants, one criterion weighted is the physical ability to perform fireground tasks. To assess this, most fire agencies are turning to an outside testing center's certification as a valid means. Missing out on this test may cost a lot more than the arm and limb needed to pass. Hiring agencies, regardless of their source, must ensure every new hire can handle the physical demands of the job. In other words, they can't wait for you to become fit for duty. You must be ready on the first day of work. Candidates are asked to perform what are called arduous tasks for certifying whether or not you can help. Scenarios designed to be strenuous, fatiguing, and exhausting are deployed with pass or fail components under time, all used to filter out the weak. The tests are typically validated by existing employees and an industry averaged time used as the countdown. Which area tests the heart and has the most moving parts? It is best for everyone involved that you consider firefighting as a competitive sport. Making it to the big leagues, aka becoming a career firefighter, requires no less devotion to study and technique in passing trials. Consider what's needed to overcome in just making the team. Some things will be out of your hands, but in this portion of the hiring process, both grip and grit will be pushed to their limits. The physical ability tests whether or not you can perform the essential functions of the job. Can you move, push, pull, and press everything a firefighter is expected to? There's a bar you must jump over, and sometimes it can literally be a bar to jump over. Up until now, a pen or voice was the tool used to express your desire to be a firefighter. Now they want you to move stuff for them in a pass or fail environment. Take heart. Your failure is predicated upon how early or late preparations begin. There is a physical component to firefighting, which most can achieve with proper nutrition and regimental preparations, or adopting healthy habits early. Why are they causing you to force yourself in? Fire departments can prove specific skills and actions, such as pulling, climbing, and swinging heavy stuff, are experienced on the job. Therefore, with justification, prospective employers can ask you to perform certain tasks under pressure. This is your physical ability test. As with other testing segments, the physical agility test is used for filtering unqualified candidates out of the process. Applicants are usually invited to attend orientations which outline parameters and introduce you to the individual components. Most even allow practice sessions. On test day, dress casual, but pack items for both during and after test interviews. So you want to bring your active wear that you're going to take the physical ability test in, and then you want to have packed, just as a backup, some clothes that you can perform a job interview in, just to show in the event that you have a backup plan. While not required, showing you plan for contingencies is far better than looking like a fool. Don't forget your post-test rehabilitation snack and water. Needing medical attention after you fainted is not the story you want to be stapled to your image. What are essential functions and how are they assessed? You cannot be a weak individual. Not in this line of work, at least. How weakness is defined with regard to physical abilities is the focus of our current attention. Certain physical feats or essential functions of the job must be proven capable. Your physical capabilities must meet minimum thresholds, and no extra credit is given for exceeding. Whatever those relevant tasks are, they're found on a fire scene. For instance, you may be ordered on a roof to cut a hole during fire operations. Several factors come into play, and movements must be executed properly for this assignment to be performed safely. Since it isn't wise to identify your weaknesses during an actual event, simulations are created that significantly reduce risk of injury. Strenuous, fatiguing, exhausting. Strenuous. The testing sections may be an assortment of fireground tasks such as hose pulling, ladder extending, tool hauling, and sledgehammer swinging or more, all arranged in an obstacle course setting. You will primarily be graded on a pass or fail basis and, most often, under a timer. Sound familiar? Being required to perform multiple strenuous tasks under a deadline. We've all done something like this at one point in our lives or another. This is approached no different, including how you approach it. The amount of time allowed varies, as do the sections. One portion may require you to drag a 100-pound dummy under simulated rafters. You're squatting low. While another has you scaling a pretend parapet wall while wearing a self-contained breathing apparatus. There may be 5 to 15 different events depending on the agency conducting the test. Problems arise when you only prepare for one area as a result of an existing strength. Do it all. Want to look good during testing? Get awkward now, physically speaking. You'll appear relaxed when somebody is watching you with a clipboard and timer in their hands. Readiness as a firefighter requires multidimensional thinking and doing. Nobody got better at push-ups from consistently not doing push-ups. The universe isn't that unfair yet. Varying your workouts to the point of failure is a fight against strenuous anything. The solution? Make no thing strenuous to you. This requires, quote-unquote, push-ups, though. You may not see it, but we get the front row seats when a candidate hasn't prepared and is suddenly thrust into a tough process. Embarrassing things happen. Hopes and sometimes ladders fall. Nozzles mysteriously open, tools are dropped from heights, stools dropped from frights, hammers slip from hands, fly across rooms, screams from the claustrophobic, screams from rope burning slippage, screams from slippage on hoses, screams from broken noses, so much pain, only to finish with faults and fails. It doesn't have to end this way. If you breathe through plateaus in training and the workouts are breathtaking, your chances of success improve. It's really your choice. Remember, this career requires both athleticism and perseverance, both physically and mentally. Strenuous tasks are daily chore in the fire service, so you are expected to meet minimum standards. Standards are based on what existing employees are expected to perform safely and proficiently. Tests are designed to wear you down. Expect it in order to avoid it. Learning about your weak grip at the same time as the guy whose head just caught your flying double jack is no way to begin a career. Here's a search you can't afford to miss. Find what is strenuous to you and make it not strenuous. If a 45-pound weight is too much to hold, get a better hold. It may take a week or two, but you can do it with practice and progression. Carry 35 pounds until 45 is easier, then carry 45 until 55 is easier. Doing this routine builds in other regions to be enjoyed later. Fatiguing. In the Revolutionary War era, the term fatigue referred to the extra duties of a soldier. Consider this job a combat sport. Firefighting is not a desk job. You are tested to endure the extra duties of a hero by getting fatigue-laden tasks to perform, such as 100-foot aerial ladder climbs, weighted stairs, traversing rugged terrain carrying hose packs, transfer heavy tools from location to location, or any other way to simulate real situations encountered after a 911 call. The testing works to break down your physical ability into a yes or no question. Can you perform the essential tasks on a fireground? While most would like to think they have what it takes, many find out the hard way that more preparation was needed. Sustained exertion can make a muscle begin to jitter. If you go through preparatory movements and your body twitches and strains, it's a sign of fatigue. The more you reach fatigue during practice, the harder it is to reach when you need it most. Exhaustion. Watch a tired baby or hungry child stay up late. They naturally lose composure. Self-restraint is an absolute must, considering all the wild things a new firefighter will be exposed to. Peeling back someone's facade or fake front requires time and strategy. When time is scarce, this strategy quickens pace and presses people into revealing corners. Exhaustion allows your true form to appear. We know your personality shield is failing when the wheezes begin. If you are out of shape, this test may become an unpleasant surprise. Train hard now so the smile never leaves your face. Become desirable before proctors and evaluators catalog every move. Find ways to consistently bring yourself to exhaustion, as there are many to choose from. The quickest route to becoming prepared for the physical agility would be to join a CrossFit gym at least 6 to 8 months before your test. A certified gym will include an instructor-based onboard or on-ramp that progresses you through the various movements. Beginning under the watchful eye of a CrossFit coach is no different than using a flight instructor to learn how to land. Both spare you the painful lessons while making you better with each repetition. It's money well spent. No CrossFit? The next best training is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu will build your physical and mental strength simultaneously. Considering this is a skill all responders should master, it behooves you to search for one anyways. Jiu-Jitsu is a true lifesaver. Getting attacked while wearing a uniform might occur. Wearing the badge and punching someone, even an attacker, is not an option. Restraining and scaling the restraint up to and including unconsciousness is considered non-lethal force. It's not impossible to have an attacker be a confused elderly man who suffered a stroke. Thinking he's back in the war, you could become his target as he swings at your face. Any thought of punching back should make your stomach turn. This is key for your career. Everyone may be a patient. Your quote-unquote attacker may have suffered trauma or disease. You can never know for sure in the field. Your best move is to learn the moves within BJJ or Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu can control the situation when verbal judo fails. Instead, learn to restrain and hold someone in a caring way. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu reduces trauma to all parties involved. It pays to get involved with BJJ. If none of those are an option, consider purchasing the book Becoming a Supple Leopard by Kelly Starrett. So how can you begin preparations immediately? We're going to spotlight a very difficult physical test so that if you practice for it, pretty much any other test should either be equal or easier. And it's through the Firefighter Candidate Testing Center's website to learn what can be acted upon now if you feel you're ready. You can clickable link in your your notes. The FCTC website you're taking to is the best source of firefighter job postings in California and testing dates. And like I said, this is being used as a template. So other states are either copying, or it's the state of California is copying other states. So the more progressive the state, they're turning to these new forms of bringing in qualified firefighter candidates. You can register and test to rank on the statewide lists that get used by some of the best agencies in the world. I'm particular about United States fire departments, but that's just me. I'll say it. We're the best in the world. That's right, America. You won't regret knowing what the website has to offer, and it does show a tendency to be what the future of hiring in the United States is going to look like. So check it out. So what next? Chances are you're not a Navy SEAL, so there's some work to be done. If you're just starting out, strengthen and tone these dimensions when shaping your workouts. You want explosiveness, you want quick recovery, you want improved grip strength, and you want strong neck and shoulders. How can you remember all these moving parts? Gauge your fitness with these benchmarks for success. Remember higher, H-I-R-E. Higher, H, hold something heavy. I, invert your body. R, recover faster. And E, explode from stillness. So I have a whole workout that you could get started with, and if you master this workout, you'll do fine. You're going to carry something heavy to failure. You're going to do a 30-second handstand and progress to handstand push-ups, 10 of them, inverted. You're going to sprint 100 yards, repeat 10 times. And then you're going to do burpees as fast as possible, 3 times for 20 seconds. The burpees follows what's called a Tabata workout. Been proven amazing. The sprints are similar in fashion. Fast output, low amount of recovery time. You're going to explode again in those burpees or the sprints. And the handstand, start with the handstand and don't fall on your head if you can't do it. You just want to be able to hold yourself in a handstand up against a wall. Google it, YouTube. YouTube has plenty of those handstand push-up progressions that you could start out with. Preparing for the written, oral, and physical components requires you to identify weaknesses and know how to overcome them. Everyone knows a soul who struggles. They're quite common, but the extraordinary person arrives having prepared and understood what's expected despite whatever headwind pressed on their chest. At one time, everyone had to do their first pull-up. We all struggled with one thing or another. Whatever your disposition, however you feel weakened or handicapped, you must adapt, improvise, and overcome. Now please dispose of yourself and come over to the next step where we're going to go over your to-dos of the why, the which, are, and the start now. Get to work.